seeded teams as of now. So maybe, well, Kingdom Esports, I think it's also quite hard to beat. So now we have to start from scratch, especially from Team Everlasting Love and Kingdom Esports. Everlasting Love coming in first pick under the coach user number. I'm not going to be able to read
User
the number all
number.
the time. And then Coach DJ as well.
Yeah, speaking of which, Everlasting Love, since they have the priority pick here, will they go for their usual or their comfort picks here? We've mentioned, of course, the how aggressive they can be. Will they go for the clear first pick or the anything that can seems to control the early game? Zushin also is to be considered as one of the higher priority picks here in the game.
Yep, Jusin, you saw the impact that
Yes.
Walker Nako used. You can see that even Everlasting Love earlier just now under Bomba, yes, he is actually playing a very good and decent Jusin, but the fact is you still got someone that has super long range, like artillery strikes, like your Farsas, your real world manipulation, your Yves as well, right? These bursts don't fare well for Jusin. And another thing that Jusin players also fail to do is sometimes when they play a little bit too safe, right? They thought that they're a little bit too squishy, but when you go into the ultimate and you got that additional shield, the potential outplay is just way too much.
That's in this case, maybe Flicker could be very potential being picked here over the side of Everlasting Love if they're ever going to use that Zushin here. But the Kimi is still being banned, Lucas being banned. We've seen so many priority bans for the both teams here. But Kingdom Esports, talking about this team, right? Especially Bear. Actually, I'm happy for Bear because I witnessed his performance on the community events now on the season 8 and how he just called out those specific gameplay that can really turn the battle around. Shows really his growth indeed as a player.
Yeah, he has the micro, he has the macro, he has good game sense. And I feel like he's one of these people that are blessed with the talent. Not everybody has that. That's why we're here, talking instead of playing. Yeah, but it's just the fact that he just needs to fix the mental fortitude. I think that has always been his downfall. He doesn't have a very strong self-esteem, and
I see.
And I want to see him being a little bit more egoistic when it comes to gameplay, and that's make him really shine, right? He's like looking up this mountain, he just self-defeats himself. I think that's just literally one of the biggest problems, not only just for Bear, but also a lot of aspiring players in Singapore.
I think when it comes to an esports player, there should be some pride as well,
Some ego.
right? Some ego. You cannot really take it away because I think in a good way. I mean, having those confident to call the shots at the right moment at the right time, you really need those kind of situations there. So of course, yourself to call out those shots should be very important as well.
Definitely. Let's take a look at the draft once again. Everlasting Love goes on the ban for Joy and also the Phobias, and also Coach DJ bans away the Fanny. It's still same old, same old. I think a bit of a respect over the fake cutie. I think you're more than happy to leak out the Suyo, but right now Hayabusa is also on prime pick coming out of these teams.
Correct. Chip is pretty much open here. Kimi is pretty much open as well. And we have seen, of course, the first phase bans of the Harith as well. So far, the gold laner has been the priority for both teams. For Everlasting Love, rather. They have chosen the Irithel last time, right? So they want to have a gold laner who can really scale in the later stages here. Okay, Lucas out.
Lucas out. I'm expecting Kimi to be that slot as well for the side of Kingdom Esports.
Chip
that
as well.
Away. Chip also wide open. Kalia feels like it's always been the first pick.
Correct.
For today, especially by the previous coach Joe H from King's Vanguard.
If I'm not mistaken, 2 games in a row, Kalea has been first picked. So this is a potential first pick also at this series against the side of Kingdom Esports. So Matilda, okay, I think we're going to see if Chip is not going to be banned. Most likely, it's also going to be the prior pick here. So we haven't seen yet because on the previous game, Everlasting Lab showed us heavy aggression, like on the pick-off. Not really the team fight itself, but with the Chip, it's going to change all throughout the gameplay coming in from Everlasting Love.
Chips does have a lot of strong early game damage as well, right? The fact that you can just crash course, you can just jump from one place to another. Your mobility is just way too nutty.
There you go. Chip is open, Jace.
Chip is open, but I feel like Kimi should be the main prior ban. So I agree with Coach DJ on this one. But this also opens up Kalia, the Chip, Which one do you pick? It feels like Everlasting Love will secure the clear for themselves first.
Yeah, because they love a pick-off composition,
Pick
which
off.
they
Yeah.
showed us on
I like
that.
the pick off.
Yeah, so they're going to go for this clay instead,
Hmm.
and Kingdom Esports has the chance to choose this chip instead. So speaking of the roam,
Yep.
okay.
Takes the Suyo for himself. Passing
Mm,
over to Loisa. Loisa also a very strong assassin jungler.
yeah.
But I also want to look out for, of course, FMN goes back to his default Gatakacha. If we have a stat to basically track how many Gatakacha games have FMN played, I would argue 4 to 5 games just this week alone.
Yeah.
Ish.
And all throughout the series, I think 100% most contested hero got a gotcha. Pick or ban.
Yeah, it is. It is because of the AOG, his sustainability in the early game,
True.
and it's just so annoying.
Okay, there you go. The heart has been picked for now.
Mhm.
On the other side, of course, Moscow is pretty much open as well. No one's parting the chip. Okay, then.
Yeah.
So chip is. I think this is one of the games that I have seen that chip has not been banned and not being party picked. I'm not
Interesting.
mistaken.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why this is very interesting here for me to see that one. But Kingdom Esports right now they got a catch up, but they need a secondary or a primary initiator here. Oh, no way. That's a Zask I see.
Zax is really good against the likes of the Harif, right? Because
Kalea as
especially
well,
when
yep.
and Kalia as well, because
Yep.
you go into your ultimate,
Dominator's
you're basically
Descent,
safe,
yeah.
and then after that you also zone out everybody. You zone out the Harif outside the Zaman force. You don't allow that proc over and over again,
Okay.
and that's wonderful against a Harif.
Wow. Okay. So can I say this is a pocket pick here, Jace?
Mm?
Because pocket pick here for the side of Kingdom Esports going to go for the Zac itself. So more of this, let's just say, counter or defensive here for Kingdom Esports. But as you mentioned, it can also go into the back lines here just to pick out the Zushin or anyone could disrupt the team formation here.
Yep.
So, but when it comes to team fight though, especially for the Wombo combo,
Mhm.
I think Gatakacha still needs the primary initiator here.
Yeah, you can definitely initiate with Gatakacha. Heck, you can also even initiate with Zaz dominated descent as well. So that's also wonderful in terms of the flexibility that Melon is offering to Kingdom Esports. Right now, let's take a look at the bans. Coach DJ takes away the Hayabusa first. Hayabusa means that you're going for a very vulnerable marksman. I'm thinking something maybe like a Bruno to a certain extent.
Okay.
You can even take away the Moskov, which is also not
Yes.
ignored completely.
There you go. It's banned now.
Unless right now Coach Numbers decides to ban it away.
Yeah, so no Moskov so far right now. So usually in the gold lane we see Urthel, Bruno, and we haven't seen yet
Granger?
the green. Oh, we have seen the Granger
Yep.
also, right? So okay, there's so many options here as this moment, but Harith for sure could own the lane when it comes to the early stages of the game.
Definitely, Harif does have a lot of burst damage in the early game. Does have shields. You can regen a little bit, sustain a little bit more. Need something like a lane bully to push Harif out of the lane. You match him in the early game, but Harif is one of the biggest lane bullies in the gold lane in this meta right now.
Can dive as well with the Zaman Force. Can only think of a Beatrix, to be honest, Jace, when laning against a
Clint?
Clint can be one as well,
Granger?
right?
Irithel?
But Granger, you need to have a certain distance, which Harris loves. So yeah, for this one.
No, here you go. DJ takes away that Nolan,
Okay.
which is really rare because Nolan was not even mentioned in MPL Singapore in
No.
terms of the statistics. This is probably the first band that we will be able to record.
Do they
Coming in
have
for
any
this one.
information here against Everlasting Love? Fate Cutie did some Nolan thingy here before.
Yeah, it
So
feels
you,
like it. Uh-huh.
you're familiar with Fate Cutie, right? But
Mhm.
I'm not also sure if this is one of the comfort picks of Fate Cutie.
It
the
could
Nolan
be.
one.
It could be. It could be a comfort pick because, to be honest, I don't know whether it's okay to mention that earlier.
Yeah,
Just now we were actually discussing but I think let's just let the cat loose a
Yeah.
little bit. Actually, there's another game being played on site as well. But this also encourages you to please come on site. We're actually at Westgate right now. A good, nice little segue so that at least I can actually review. Fake Cutie actually play a very crazy Nolan against Icon's Fanny.
Oh, there you go. So that's the thing. And speaking of the last bans, these two going for respect bans,
Yep.
I can say. So
Yep.
they are going to respect ban Nolan here against Everlasting Love and respect bans Badang of Bear.
And now going into Kingdom Esports theme, it feels like they have a lot of its own control, right?
Yep.
You've got the Gato Gacha AOG, you also got the Taunt.
Oh.
I was waiting for
Pocket
this.
pick.
I was
Jeez.
waiting for this.
The
I was
Leomord.
waiting for some Leomord. And on top of that, let's go. It's going to be a Freya.
What?
Freya Gold. No, that's not a Freya Gold lane. That's a Freya EXP lane. Unless they bring the Freya into the jungle. Because, no, actually, Leomord jungle and then Freya going to the EXP lane. This is absolutely interesting. Not a lot of frontline. They're just going to go on brawl in the early game and they're just going to fight. I was expecting this kind of cheese. It's kind of smelly.
Now this is the
smelly
cheese that we've been waiting for, Jays.
Man.
3 heavy two fighters. But
Yeah.
the scaling,
There's a lot of scaling. If they allow the snowball, that's it.
if they allow this to be snowball.
Yeah,
but
and
okay,
remember I was
glue.
talking about Kingdom Esports. They wanted more zone control. There you go. The glue fits perfectly in the draft of Kingdom Esports.
Exactly, and the Garukacha, to be honest.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, because the lineup coming in from Everlasting Love loves to really go all in, which Garukacha is welcoming this kind of strategy here. Oh, okay then. This is really unusual, but I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward for Everlasting Love and how they be able to pull through here. But it comes to range, when it comes to, let's just say scaling, in a way, both teams scale the same way. They have the marksman here on the side of Kingdom Esports. It can poke really when it comes to range advantage against these two fighters.
And I'm only on top of that. I'm actually looking forward to this one because, man, the scaling, if Everlasting Love was allowed to snowball as compared to Kingdom Esports, Everlasting Love will snowball hard.
Yeah. The Barbiel is out.
The Barbie is out. What the heck is that sound? What have you blessed my ears with?
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Everlasting Love versus Kingdom Esports. Now, again, this is a best of one series. First time we're going to see a Leomord and a Freya in a game.
Yep, Freya going into the EXP lane, as I mentioned. Had Akashi did not pick that Harif, that would be the age-old cheese of a Freya in the gold lane. With the war cry and also the Inspire is going to do a lot of damage, especially if Bear decides to handshake any form of team fights.
For sure, but yeah, I rarely see a matchup here with a glue against a Freya. But Freya, we know, is very strong in the early game.
Yep, FMM right here. Ooh, lots of damage by Q-Shit on top of Sus Bomba once again. This is the early game power spike that we're talking about from the side of Everlasting Love. But no kills as of now.
Yeah, a revitalized vital spell. But when it comes to team composition, right, so many fighters here on the side of Everlasting Love. FMM, he has really the advantage. Garukacha really welcomes this kind of strategy here against Everlasting Love. So no revitalize at this moment in time, but still they are trying to be very aggressive here in the middle lane.
Lots of movements already. Loisa showing himself. Sus Bomba outputting the damage. We'll be able to clear. I'm actually excited about the bottom lane matchup though. As you
Yeah,
can see,
to be
Bear
honest.
and also Willie. There's not a lot of wiggle room, technically speaking. But if Willie doesn't really go into, if Bear controls the team fight, Bear can just easily regen from the pokes of Willie.
Okay, the Freya is a momentum-based hero here. Same thing as a Leomord, right? So they need some early kills here. I think this is the perfect opportunity for them, for Everlasting Love, to actually sell a score here against Kingdom Esports here in the Turtle Pit.
Yep.
But the question is, do they have the kit here? Willie must be on the front lines at this moment.
Kyushu doesn't really have the ultimate as of now. Maybe
Yep.
Kingdom Esports can do something. Same could be said about FMM, but FMM does have some critical taunting as well. And Bear goes out of the back line. Fake QT now in a spot of trouble. Here comes Bear going to the split. FMM right here goes all the way in. Bear picking up Turtle instead. What a misretry, but Willie taking down Moisa. What a brawl as Everlasting Love punishes the takedown of the Turtle from Kingdom Esports.
Oh, look at the chase. Melon cannot escape there, and Bear still survives amidst of it all.
Yeah.
But that is a big win coming in from Everlasting Love. But the turtle is in the hands of Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, definitely. Fake Cutie is very hard to kill, and every time he kills with the killing spree, he heals. So right now it's just Kingdom Esports. How do you practice against a Leoma? That's one thing. Second thing is, how is Everlasting Love able to have this early game edge? It's just crazy.
Now you've seen Willie, right? He's targeting Loisa in that exchange, plus chasing as well Melon in that moment. So they need to find a way to control, or even had a great positioning to escape Willie's area of attack here. Because once Freya is on a roll, he's gonna really wreck you.
Malitizi takes the Tsunami Slam. Two ultimates taken onto Melitisi, but he's still alive though. FMM still around the vicinity to put a little bit pressure onto Akashi and Kyushu.
So we've seen, of course, Bear doing his best to provide this attention as well. His sustainability is incredible. They're just ignoring Bear, to be honest. in that sequence, they're just ignoring Bear, going to the back lines here. But the positioning here for Loisa and Melon should be also immaculate here, because they're the favorite targets here from Everlasting Love.
Yep, I think Kingdom Esports, if you're watching game number 1, they just need to drag this game a little bit longer towards the later part of the game. Hopefully Everlasting Love is unable to adapt as quickly as possible towards the mid game.
I'm expecting here Akashi to be really owning the top side, but Malik Tizi is doing a pretty good job holding his lane there. Same thing here on the bot side. Bear also holding against Willie. But look at this positioning here. I think Everlasting Love, they do have very aggressive lineup. They can go for invasion if they want to, but look at Bear. He is now on this rotations, going for this turtle dance once again.
Yep, good rotations as well. Kyushu and Fake Cutie working on the turtle for now. Sus Bomba dragging Bear all the way to the side. FMM fronting, try to find a taunt target. Will not be able to find anything. Kyushu all the way will be able to tag onto Melik TZ at the same time. Akashi as well. And whole AOG onto FMM. Try to get on the way. And here comes Barbiel chasing out the Melik TZ. He does a lot of crit damage. Melik TZ gets mauled down. Looking for the next one. The Sus next target. But inside Loisa and FMM. Kingdom Esports is crumbling.
Wow, what was that? The damage, the fighter lineup, the chase is there as well. Kingdom Esports, early game, has been harassed time and time again by Everlasting Love. I did not expect, but no one died from Everlasting Love there.
Yeah.
Kingdom Esports just been wrecked.
Right, exactly. Like Kingdom Esports, 0 kills as well. So nobody is able to kill off anybody from Everlasting Love. It's a perfect early game. And like what I mentioned, they need to try to try to hunker down and extend the game just a little bit longer, because remember we talked about it. Everlasting Love don't really know what to do in the to the mid part of the game, but it seems like they're stabilizing right here in the mid game.
Yeah, that's the thing. Great point, Jace. I think this is where right now we've seen how the characteristics of Everlasting Love.
Willie now gets tagged onto Bear. That's finally the first kill given over to Kingdom Esports. That's a shutdown onto Willie.
Oh, shutdown gold indeed. And now look at the formation coming in from Kingdom Esports. This is where the time we're looking that Kingdom Esports regain their momentum. Everlasting Love wouldn't allow, must not allow this kind of a situation to be against them. They must continue to be very aggressive here.
They need to hold down the snowball, and the way the Kingdom Esports is doing it is they target one member at a time. Fake Cutie right here gets dragged right all the way back to his death. Loisa picking up that kill.
And now, as you mentioned, they're scrambling here, going bot and now going in the mid. I think they need to find a way for the takeoff. They need to find a split push or just going for the trade on that objective. They must think about this one.
I love how Kingdom Esports is going into this game. Remember, we talk about how Everlasting Love is a massive snowball. They're about to become an avalanche. In fact, one more kill or 2 more kills, Everlasting Love will be unstoppable. But Kingdom Esports, they're holding down the fort just yet, for now.
Yeah. Now this is going to be a turtle dance once again. We've seen 2 turtle dance taken away by Everlasting Love. They must continue to have this momentum, and they did whatsoever. Now, this is where their decision-making comes through. Will they go for the pickoff, or will they go for this push in the mid, which is likely they will not go?
Yeah, Everlasting Love walking on like a death ball right here. Not able to find anything as of now. The turtle slain, but it's like Everlasting Love just a little bit. The goal lead not too far away, Deadeye.
Not too far indeed. It's as if we've seen a great tsunami coming in, but Kingdom Esports quickly created a dam there, just stopping this aggressive wave against them. And Kingdom Esports right now trying to go for the pick off, looking to find here weakness on the bot side.
Yeah, it's just Kingdom Esports rotating S5 right now.
There you go.
Trying to look at they're trying to handshake any form of team fights. Everlasting Love Sus Bomba picking up Baron, and Baron right here just taking so much damage free, outputting that damage with the help of the Warcry.
There you go. They stopped the 5-man formation against Kingdom Esports.
Kyoshu, ooh, okay, that's dominated this, the one of the Nightmare spawn, right?
Yeah, I think I love the split push here from the bot side coming in from Fate QG. This is what you want. After converting the kill, go for the objective or
right.
push pressure here. And this is what Everlasting Love must do. And Kingdom Esports here must be wary. We've seen great pickoffs coming in from Kingdom Esports. They need to continue to find openings here. But I think Everlasting Love is very aware already of what's happening across the map.
Yeah, that's really great, right? We talk about, you know, adaptations in game. We talk about adaptations in the macro, which is like, you know, over the course of the game. We also talk about adaptation across the games.
Clock of Destiny is here, coming in from the Zushin Glowing Wand, also being secured by the Zushin. There you go, I love it. So 2 turrets already been destroyed here for Everlasting Love, Kingdom Esports. I think this is a 5-man composition that can really shine on the team fight. However, they have to be on the lookout against Willy, against Fate QT. Those ultimates are a danger against them if they are going to prolong really the team fight there. FMM has the ultimate.
Yeah, but do you use it right now? Sus Bomba zoning as if nobody's business. They know that Kingdom Esports cannot, but nice call on FMM, but Barry gets picked up once again by Sus Bomba. Kyushu right here looking for the Tsunami Slam target, but Sus Bomba goes into the ultimate at the same time. Akashi, Zaman Force all the way in the backline, try to put down damage into the front line of Kingdom Esports, but the damage from Sus Bomba just picking up members of Kingdom Esports one after another, making it super hard for Kingdom Esports to do anything. Finally, Malik Tizi picks up the double kill. This is exactly the opening that they're looking out for. In fact, QT on Barbia right here. Malik Tizi picking up a triple kill already. And now QT turning it around with a shutdown. But before that, he takes 2, along with him making a triple. And Fake QT is still alive. Bear possessing him right now. And Melon with the help of the Kashi still taken down at the same time. And Bear walking on Fake QT right now. No more mana for him. He has to back off, and what a massive brawl happening around the Lord Pit as a trade.
Are you kidding me, Jace? I thought that was Kingdom Esports team fight to win, but the turn around, Fate QT on his bar build there just goes on a rampage. Everlasting Love regained their win in that prolonged team fight. This is what we are talking about. When the game or the team fight drags on, it is Everlasting Love fight to win. Unfortunately, there for Kingdom Esports, they have no time to retreat after that win.
Yeah, and it's making it very hard for Kingdom Esports, right? Because take a look, Everlasting Love does have a lot of burst damage, for example, from Akashi, from Sus Bomba, from Willy as well, and Sus Bomba as well. It's making it easy for Fake QT to trigger his passive as he just cut people down one after another from side of Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, Malik Tizi had the perfect positioning there. They're just being caught off guard on Fate QT's reinforced attack there against Kingdom Esports. But all throughout the start of the team fight, Kingdom Esports found an opportunity to really win a major 5v5 brawl. But look at this push here on the top side. Now Everlasting Love did their macro game here and now pushing through in the middle lane here as well.
Yeah, mid lane from the side of Kingdom Esports is still up. Everlasting Love laying down siege. Kyushu threatening with the clear Tsunami Slam at any time. Members from the side of Kingdom Esports, once again, this is exactly what we're talking about, right? The self-defeatist kind of mindset, they're falling for it.
Okay, we're going to talk about the late game here. Kingdom Esports has the Granger. We've seen Malik TZ pack a punch already here. But once they need to find a way on how to pick off this Fate QT also in the wheelie. But it's so hard. I mean, Bear, on this moment, Bear should prioritize really, I think, on his ultimate as well. Remember, of course, the grab there can actually stop on how Willy is going to pursue his attack against Kingdom Esports.
What is Kingdom Esports to do? You said that like they're pushed all the way back. Every team fight, the handshake with Everlasting Love ends in tragedy. What do they do?
So far, they are winning here major, incredible team fights on the objective. So Three, they have taken already 3 turtles onto their 2 turtles in their side, plus a Lord takedown. When it comes to a 5v5 brawl, Everlasting Love has the upper hand here. Kingdom Esports may really have to have this micro or to evade those kind of chases coming in from Everlasting Love. The question is, will they again go for this 5v5 brawl here? I think Fate QTN really is just a threat right now. I thought they cannot chase the back lines.
Nope.
But they can. Actually,
can.
with Barbiel coming in from Fate QT as well as Willie's chasing power here.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about, right? Everlasting Love. This is the massive snowball comp, right? You've got the Freya, you've got Fate Cutie on the Leomord, you've got Akashi. These are very momentum-driven kind of heroes. And oh, Tsunami Slam once again. Bear the main target. FMN AOG goes wide though. Kyushu on the chase, focusing onto the Nightmare Spawn. And Sus Bomba still putting up the lanterns. FMN gets dragged all the way back, but no follow-up coming up for now from the side of Everlasting Love.
Okay, so Bomba doesn't have the ultimate. Kashi as well, Kyushu as well. This is going to be the perfect time for them to go for the Lord takedown here. AOG is only missing here, but the rest has the ultimates available. No? Oh, this is going to be a blitz here coming in from Everlasting Love.
Yeah,
no contest?
Yeah, just rush down the Lord, right? Unless, you know, Aloysa has something to do about it. Bear stepping forward, but he seems like Iso wants a handshake.
Oh, no.
That one, Fake Cutie takes down the Lord right here. Kyushu will get possessed by Bear, and now the damage coming out from the side. Kingdom Iso tried to chase, but really coming in for the flank though. Activating Expire, cutting down Melon where he stands. FMM going down next, and now it's going to be Bear. Just left alone for his devices. The members from the side of Kingdom Esports are routed.
That was a beautiful positioning coming in from Willie out of nowhere. Just walking and taking down the side there of Kingdom Esports. Me, myself, was surprised. I thought they knew Willie was in the bush. But nah, man. Everlasting Love with that single decision, with the surprise attack coming in from Willie, just wins it all.
Yeah, now this Everlasting Snowball has become an avalanche in Kingdom Esports. They cannot hold. There's too much snow.
Wow.
It's creeping into the cabin. It's creeping into the base.
Wow, fighter meta, Jays. this is incredible. Fighter meta. First time I've seen a Freya and a Leomord in a composition, a single composition here. Very effective here right now with the surprises attack coming in from Willie. Oh, the split pushes. This is pretty good macro here from Everlasting Love.
A two-prong attack led by Everlasting Love. Top side already taken down. Mid lane already wide open. Kingdom Esports struggling to stem that bleeding, man.
Okay, we've seen so many defensive or the comeback defense on the previous game. So Kingdom Esports is not yet the end there for them. They just need to find a way really on how to take out this heavy fighters here. Look at the position. Willie, all eyes are here on Willie. I thought they known already that Willie was there. He's just hiding in the bush. See? They had the vision there, Jace. They had the vision there.
They see it all.
They saw it.
Yeah, I think it's just the who expected Freya to have so much damage, right? Especially right now, especially when Melon just walks all the way in. Unable to do so. Once Melon's down, you don't really have enough damage anymore. Don't forget Everlasting Love. You got so many damage, right? From Willie, from Fate, from Sasbomba and Akashi. They're basically throwing defense in the wind. They're saying the best defense is the best offense.
Yeah,
best offense is the best defense.
Best.
Misquoting things. Keep misquoting things.
And now Everlasting Love is really on the offense. That's 100% here. Kingdom Esports right now. Single inhibitor turret left standing on the bot side. So all pressure here is actually on Malik Teasy. He is really the person here who can really turn the battle around with his poke, with his range. And I have mentioned a while ago, when it comes to the later stage of game, Malik Teasy and the Granger has an advantage. And when it comes to the poking in here, I think this is it. The pokes. I think Kingdom Esports, before they go all out here, they need to have this slow pokes here against Kingdom Esports before going all out.
The pokes, right? But who's poking from the side of Malik Teasy? Yes, technically speaking, Melon can do it, but I feel like Kingdom Esports, they're trying to play this comp as a dive comp, right? You dive in, you dive in with the Gato Kasha on FMM, and then you figure out the rest from there.
So far, it's really difficult for them to penetrate. Again, another blitz.
Another blitz. Once again, this is going to be the Tsunami Slam onto Loisa. Loisa down a bit low. The damage coming out from the Freya. Chasing, but Akashi picking up Bear at the same time. FMM left to his own devices. FMM goes down. The members from the side of Everlasting Love. This avalanche is turning into a blizzard.
No damage coming in from Malik Teasy. I just saw that. And Fate QT absorbing all those bullets. And it feels like nothing to him. And now with this Lord pushing through here in the middle lane, will they be able to close this one out? Kingdom Esports on the verge of their defense.
Yeah, the Kingdom Esports needs to buy some time, but there were just only 3 members when the whole
Oh,
army for the side of Everlasting Love Akashi, and one by one, man, they just bursted down the base. There's no defense coming up Kingdom Esports.
What's that? Less than 2 seconds?
Yeah, that was quick.
The end.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. The damage is just way too much. Everybody from the side of Everlasting Love is just focusing their damage onto the base, and this is the adaptation that I was talking about. And I'm really glad to see it coming from Everlasting Love. You can see that they learned from their previous game, and then they took it to heart, and they're improving in this game. And
Wow.
it is scary because they are going through a metamorphosis.
Yeah, and now they're going to a butterfly. No, but
Yeah,
But anyway-
yeah, we get it. Continue. Yeah. It's just me just thinking other things.
but but the thing is, the God of Kacha really shines in that kind of draft coming in from Everlasting Love. He can absorb. I expect that God of Kacha can really absorb those physical damage, those heavy engages. But no, I was surprised with how incredible it is for Everlasting Love to burst through with that kind of composition.
Yeah, it's just the fact that Everlasting Love just went in for a very massive snowball comp. They're literally saying that, once again, this is like an all-in kind of thing. They will make or break based on their fights. And since they're so hyper-aggressive in the early game, if they actually lose the first 2 team fights in the early game, that's
Okay.
it. There's no way that they can recover.
Okay.
But this gamble finally paid off for Everlasting Love.
Wow, those aggressive plays coming in from Everlasting Love. I myself was surprised with that last 2 picks. Leo Mord and the Freya. It's really incredible on how they be able to pull that one through in Kingdom Esports. I'm not sure if Kingdom Esports was caught by surprise as well with the kind of picks
I
coming
think
in
so,
from
yeah. I
Everlasting
think
Love.
so. And that's what is so risky, right? Coming up for this kind of format, right? Because it's just way too crazy. Like the fact that how would you practice against Willie? You're expecting Everlasting Love to go into a very balanced kind of strategy, a balanced kind of roster, but they're like, no, I'm just gonna be able to kill you. I don't need a brick wall when I surround my brick wall with tons of spears.
In the mid game, we've seen the recovery there coming in from King Esports, right? They managed to pick off 2 players against Everlasting Love, and I thought that moment in time they could actually control the game, but nah, Everlasting Love. They continued their snowball. They continued their fight. As you look at these itemizations, all damage is the priority here. Damage items, ladies and gents, and they do not care here if there's got a Kasha on the other side here.
Yeah, and I thought, they had Kingdom Esports has enough zone to basically play around Akashi, play against Akashi from his Zaman Force. But the problem is before that even happened, Willie jumps in with a Inspire, targets down your Squishy. Melon has nowhere to run, and then what could you do? Malik TZ is just left alone right here on his own.
Wow. Speaking of Melon, right? The Zask as well. So this has been picked prior to the Leo Mord and the Freya. I think it is very good adaptation as well. We've seen coming in from Everlasting Love on how to counter this mage mid. So we've seen, of course, the first picks, right? The Sazbomba going for the Zushin, and they can go for a heavy dive comp here for the side of Kingdom Esports using the Zask. But actually, the Zask, when it comes to the team fight, doesn't really do much with his fighter composition.
But if you notice, right, look at the stats right here. Damage to heroes, Melitizi, and also Melon does a lot of damage, right? But the problem is they couldn't end the fight. If you notice Everlasting Love over and over again, they always escape with just a small little amount of HP. And even though Bear was absorbing so much attention, FMM absorbing so much attention, Willie is just slicing them down with the help of Bomba. And if you notice, the damage to heroes from the side of Willie is just way too much.
Yeah.
Fake Cutie comes in as a janitor. He is the clean-up crew.
I didn't expect Willie to have this kind of... Well, he has the burst, right? But most of the damage, Willie, wow. He managed to really reach out also the key members here for the side of Kingdom Esports. And those... The Bush turnaround play, I was really surprised on how that really came out. I thought the vision was there for the side of Kingdom Esports. They really trying to follow up Bear, but he's out of position every time we've seen that one.
Yeah, and right now it's just what I mentioned, right? It's a very, very tough roster. I thought Everlasting Love is just a little bit too greedy when it comes to
It is a greedy
their
lineup.
roster, right? A very greedy lineup, man. But eventually, greed pays off. This is
Mm.
not a very good lesson for you kids. Don't be greedy, all right? But Everlasting Love is super greedy, and you got everything.
Wow, I was just really wrong on my take. I thought this Garukacha could really stop this kind of lineup
Mhm.
already coming in from
Mhm.
Everlasting Love.
Maybe
But
yeah,
wow,
maybe with a vengeance instead, right? Usually, traditionally
Yeah.
for Gato Kasha, you go for a revitalize. But if you're facing against Willy that's just slashing and dicing like that,
yeah.
maybe a vengeance could actually work wonders against it. Because Willy on the Freya is a glass cannon.
Mm. And now Malik TZ has the damage indeed, but the poke, as you have mentioned, I thought the range as well, the damage output, the scaling, the Granger could not really handle it by himself. So Wheelie and Fate QT with his cheese pocket picks, it's actually Everlasting Love just showed us surprises here. So this is the first, again, Challenger team won against MPL SG here in our second Challenger qualifiers.
But let's take a look at the MVP for this particular game. It is none other than
Wow.
Freya, the setter, the engager, the dominator, just slicing and dicing. Even though his picture is low res, but his resolution in this kind of particular game is crazy.
Look at the damage, man. 51,000 with Inspire Battle spell. This is just insane coming in from the side of Willie and Freya. Of all the heroes, I did not expect this hero to come out here in our Challenger qualifiers.
Yeah.
It's insane, man. And how he's positioning himself is just incredible.
And another thing, if you take a look at his equipment, no Haas claws. He goes in. He's basically jumping in
Yeah.
He doesn't have any kind of regen, right? He goes in. If he dies, he dies. If he goes in and takes somebody with him, he's done his job. If he goes in, even he doesn't get a kill, he managed to weaken the enemy down to half HP. That's where Fate Cutie comes in.
It's really tricky to use a Freya. Have you used a Freya before?
Yes, and not well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, me as well, because you
You're
need the
a roamer.
proper. I tried that, and that's a classic, and we lost.